Welcome into CBS Sports HQ, your home for high-profile commitments each and every week. In just minutes, we'll find out where the top wideout in the class of 2023 will be playing his college ball. Already a household name in recruiting circles, American Heritage product Brandon Inniss set to make it official right here on HQ. The five-star product out of South Florida comes in as the top-ranked receiver in the class and the 9th-ranked player overall. Inniss has received Power 5 offers from across the board, but has narrowed his decision down to Alabama, Florida, Miami, Ohio State, and Oklahoma. 24/7 recruiting analyst Andrew Ivins calling Inniss one of the most college-ready wide receivers to come out of the high school ranks in recent years. But the question remains, where will he be taking those talents? Let's welcome in the man of the hour, five-star wideout Brandon Inniss. Brandon, welcome to HQ. Big congratulations from all of us here on a day of grand celebration. Before we get to your commitment, give us an idea of what it's been like to have that one next to your name throughout this process. Being tabbed as the top at your position across the country, a high honor. What have you enjoyed most throughout this recruiting process?
It's been an honor so far to be named the top wide receiver in the country. I've been blessed to be in this position I am today, and I can't wait.
Well, I'm sure there have been countless conversations with your support system right there, the highs and the lows of this process, all no doubt an emotional day. Can you put your emotions today into words for us? What are you feeling right now?
Say that one more time.
Just give us an idea of what you're feeling right now, the emotions that come along with a day of such celebration. I'm sure there's been highs to the process. I'm sure there have been lows. What are you feeling right now in this moment?
I feel a lot of nerves right now. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I can't put it into words how excited I am.
Well, let's turn those nerves into pure excitement. I'm aware that I'm the only thing standing between these fan bases and a long-awaited commitment. So without further ado, Brandon, the floor is yours. Let the people know where you'll be playing your college ball.
Thank you. First off, I want to thank God for putting me in this position I am today. Without him, I am nothing. I want to thank my mom for always being on my side no matter what. I would like to thank my dad for making me the man I am today. I would also like to thank my sister for throwing me the ball in the backyard when nobody else was there. I would like to thank my brother for being my motivation even though he does not know he is. Thank you to all my coaches, teachers, everybody who has helped me get to this place I am today. Thank you to American Heritage for hosting us today. Thank you to everyone who came out to show love to me and my family. Lastly, my teammates, thank y'all for pushing me to be the best on and off the field every day. The 6-year-old me running around the neighborhood with no shoes on would have never thought I would be here today. With that being said, I'll be taking my talents to the University of Oklahoma.
And there it is, with the head fake.
University of Oklahoma.
Just an outstanding moment for Brandon Inniss, an outstanding moment for Oklahoma and that football programmer. He says Boomer Sooner, and maybe a horn down as well. Brandon Inniss making it official here on CBS Sports HQ, his commitment to Oklahoma. Brandon, congratulations. We're going to let you get to the celebration in just a moment, but first, what made Norman and Coach Riley's offense feel like the place for you?
Coach Riley, as a coach, he's like no other, man. We just got off the phone earlier today, and he's always excited. Coach Simmons as well, and they're gonna get the best out of him.
Well, one of the biggest storylines on our airwaves this year has been that move to the SEC for Oklahoma. Give us an idea. Did that play any role in your decision, and how excited are you to be playing some SEC football in the years to come?
Yeah, I'm very excited playing the SEC from years to come. Really didn't make much of it didn't really matter. Oklahoma felt like a home away from home no matter what, where I was at. So yeah.
Well, we're thrilled for you. You got the full attention of Sooner Nation right now. We've had some high-profile Sooner commits here on HQ. We know that the fans are watching, so let them know what type of player is headed to town.
They getting a do-it-all wide receiver. I could go play outside. I could play the slot. I could block. I could catch. I could do anything you want. I'm a great leader, a great teammate as well.
Well, congratulations from all of us here at CBS Sports HQ. We're wishing you the best of luck in the years to come.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, so the celebration is on there in South Florida, and there's going to be some celebrating to do in Norman as well. Brandon Inniss, as you see, the top-ranked wide receiver in the class of 2023, joining one of the highest-rated quarterbacks in the class, both heading to Oklahoma. Malachi Nelson, the quarterback, made his commit here on HQ a few weeks ago. Brandon Inniss will be joining him, taking those talents to Norman, trying to do some damage as the class of 2023 rounding out nicely here early on for Oklahoma. Joining us now to add context to the commitment, our 24/7 team, Steve Wiltfong and Andrew Ivins. Gentlemen, another big get for Coach Riley's offense as they add the top wideout to the class of 2023. You pair that with a big arm and a big-time QB commit a few weeks ago. This class is coming together quite nicely. Steve, your initial reaction to the Inniss commitment is what?
Yeah, Oklahoma adding another 5-star to the #1 class early in the 2023 cycle. They have 6 commits. 3 of them are 5-stars, Malachi Nelson, Brandon Inniss, and Mekhi Lemon. Trayon Webb is the #3 running back in the country. He also committed to the Sooners on CBS Sports HQ. And they have the #1 tight end, Luke Haas. So this is an offense that over the last 5 years in college football has been the most prolific from a yards and scoring standpoint. And there's no slowing down. And one of the big reasons why they're off and running in this class is I think Lincoln Riley's always been an excellent recruiter, but I think he's really coming into his own there on the trail, and the impression that he makes on these prospects and the amount of detail and personal time that he spends recruiting guys like Brandon Inniss is really paying off for OU.
Just following up with what Steve's saying, look, Brandon is a very talented wide receiver, and this is a guy that everyone in the country wanted. I mean, he had over 24 scholarship offers. Alabama was there, Georgia was there, Clemson was there. But I always go back into my head a few years ago when I was talking to Brandon. He said he really enjoyed, like Steve said, his conversations with Lincoln Riley. So I think you have to tip your cap to the Sooners, to Coach Riley for going down to, and really the most talent-rich region of the United States and going head-to-head with some of these big other powers in winning. And I think ultimately this is going to help the Sooners when they reach it and make it to the SEC. You look at that offense like Steve rattled off, Malachi Nelson, Trayon Webb, another kid from the Sunshine State. It's what you need. You need to score points. So this is a good one. And I think Brandon Inniss is a wide receiver that should be able to play very early once he's on a college campus.
I mean, Andrew, you allude to it right there. It is SEC country. There's no doubt about it. Down there in Florida, that recruiting hotbed often dominated by the SEC, and Oklahoma immediately going down south and getting a big-time recruit in this respect. Have you seen any overarching themes, or has there been any change on the recruiting trail, Andrew, since this announcement has happened that Oklahoma will be moving to the SEC? Good, bad, or otherwise, are you seeing any sort of thematic change in the recruiting trail?
It's funny you asked that. I actually have brought that up to a number of different kids down here. Hey, Oklahoma's going to the SEC. Does that change anything for you? And to be honest, a lot of them saying kind of no. But I think when you take a step back, these kids want to play in the best conference. They want to be on the national stage, and I think it's ultimately going to help Oklahoma. And really, it seems like every time I get on CBS HQ to break down one of these commitments for Oklahoma, I bring up the fact that they're in the state of Florida. They're making some inroads in here. So I think Oklahoma, moving into the SEC is just expanding that footprint. And I expect them to win more battles like this in the Sunshine State if Lincoln Riley is going to be the head coach there for a long time.
It'll be very interesting to see how these classes pan out in the coming years with the changes ahead for the Big 12 and that shifting power to the SEC. As we take a look at this individual, we're talking about 6'1", $195, really fits the mold of today's wide receiver, maybe a speedy slot type that can still work outside. Steve, as you look at the skill set here and how it fits into this offensive game plan, who does he remind you of? Give us a player comp here.
Well, Andrew compared him to Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I think he also plays with a similar style to David Bell at Purdue, who's been a nightmare for Big Ten defensive backs to cover up there in West Lafayette. I think the thing that stands out the most for me with Brandon Inniss, and he's a young man that's been on our radar since the 8th grade, tearing up defenses on the 7-on-7 circuit for South Florida Express before playing varsity for an 11-2 university school team that obviously made a deep run in the state playoffs. He's just an incredibly confident football player. He's very sure-handed. He's always been physically impressive. He's a hard worker. He's so smooth, and his ball skills are off the charts. If the football is in the area, he's going to make the play. And more than anything, he wants to make the play. He wants the football, and he always rises to the occasion in the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon Inniss, I was looking it up before we, started this whole ceremony. I remember writing my first story about him back in 2018 when I was at a college camp, and one of the coaches asked, "Hey, who is that kid?" And I said, "He's in 8th grade," and they were kind of blown away just because Brandon is that polished. Obviously, Steve touched on it. He's a good route runner, mixes gears well, can get open. He's aggressive over the middle. But what I really like about Brandon Inniss is just how much of a competitor he is. I've seen that he hates to lose. He's a guy that will go both ways if he needs to, play on special teams as well. So I think he's going to bring that kind of dog-eat-dog mentality to the locker room in Norman. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's kind of, one of the coach's favorite players just with that mentality. He's a guy that, he's upset. He's not sleeping if his team loses. So I think that's kind of something you need in your locker room these days, and Brandon Inniss has a ton of it.
Well, another top 5, Power 5, 5-star, however you want to put it, commitment coming down here on CBS Sports HQ. Brandon Inniss making it official, says Boomer Sooner. Gentlemen, thanks for breaking it down here on HQ with us. And don't forget, for all your recruiting news and notes, there's only one place to be. It's our team at 24/7 Sports. Wall-to-wall coverage each and every day. All the latest news coming off the recruiting trail. Get it all with our friends at 24/7 Sports.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.